I am of the opinion that Richard Allen is innocent. And I am also of the opinion that Benjamin Diener, the prosecutor and the sheriff, are trying to railroad him. Before I get into that, let me say this here. When Richard Allen sent the court a letter for appointment of counsel, as well as throwing himself at the mercy of the court, that letter was an outcry for help, that he was being mistreated by the jailers while he was in jail. Now, this is my opinion, but I know it to be a fact. These are some of the games and tactics that they use on people that's charged with crimes like him to try to extract a confession. They won't feed you at times. And when they do feed you, they don't feed you enough. And then when they do feed you, you find foreign objects in your food like spit, feces, roaches, mice, and any other disgusting thing that they can come up with. When it's time to shower, they'll let you shower, but won't never turn the water on. Or when they turn the water on, it's too hot to get up under, or too cold, or you showered in cold water with no soap and no towel or wipe your body or to dry your body. Tactics like that. Now, here is why I believe he is innocent, as well as why I believe they are trying to railroad him. The Indiana Constitution, under Article 1, Section 17, states that murder and treason is not a bailable offense, meaning you can't get a bond for those if it is self-evident that you committed the crime, or the presumption is so strong that you did commit the crime. Prior to the record being unsealed, he had no bond. I'm going to discuss that in a second. But right now, I'm going to discuss the $20 million bond. The fact that Richard Allen has a $20 million bond, although excessive and unreasonable, and I'll discuss why they set it so high. But the fact that he has a bond is direct evidence that the presumption that he committed murder against Abigail and Libby is not strong. And it also shows that it's not self-evident that he done it. People, you know what that tells me? It tells me they don't have shit on Richard Allen to connect him with the murders of Abigail and Libby. Now, the leading case to determine bail is Fry versus State in Indiana. It was ruled on in 2013. Here's what the Indiana Supreme Court said to apply that standard of presumption so strong or self-evident. The Supreme Court of Indiana said that that standard lies between preponderance of evidence and beyond a reasonable doubt. So what the court did say, we're gonna go with the preponderance of evidence, meaning that is a lower standard than beyond a reasonable doubt, a much lower standard. So if the preponderance of the evidence doesn't show that Richard Allen committed the murders, you damn sure can't get beyond a reasonable doubt. So you can't get a conviction. That's why I believe he's innocent, because he has a bond at $20 million. And if the evidence, or if it was self-evident that he committed the murders of Abigail and Libby, or the presumption is so strong, he would not have a bail at $20 million. Now, the judge set the bail at $20 million because they know he can't make a $5 million bail. And here's the strange thing. He's supposed to have a bail hearing when they initially said he couldn't get bail. This is why the court was obligated to appoint him a court-appointed counsel at the time. It doesn't matter if he said he was going to hire one. But the way Indiana court do it, you have to file a motion. But like I said, the court set a $20 million bond. And I'm going to tell you why they set a bond and didn't have the motion hearing and didn't want to give him an attorney. Like I said, they tried to circumvent any information getting out on the case because they was looking to railroad Richard Allen. They tried to extract confessions out this man. This is why when they arrested him, there was no docket, there was no number up there. So even if you wanted to make bond, you wouldn't have been able to post bond because they hiding the record, okay? Now check this out. Under Indiana Code of Criminal Procedure, if the prosecutor wanted to do no bond, the Indiana Supreme Court states the burden of proof is on the prosecutor of no bond, meaning he have to bring evidence and convince the judge, like in a mini trial, that this is why he shouldn't get it. This is the evidence that show he strongly might have done this. He hasn't done that. And so what they did when it became public, when they unsealed the record where you can show a case in the docket, they gave him a $20 million bond because at every step of the way, they keep trying to avoid a hearing showing what y'all have on this man to not want to give him a bond or to have arrested him. The Indiana Supreme Court has made it clear that the charging instrument is not enough for a presumption that he did it. So basically they said just because the prosecutor has a charging instrument, that don't carry the day. What the Indiana Supreme Court said that he have to bring in witnesses, have some DNA. And I don't think they don't have any of this. They don't have any of this. So this is why at every step of the day they was violating the law. As a matter of fact, they done violated Indiana Constitution. So now you trying to make the public believe that this is your guy, and you give him a $20 million bond. And when Indiana Constitution states under Article 1, Section 17, that if the presumption of guilt is so strong, or if it's evident that he done this, you can't give him a bond. So Judge Benjamin Diener, the prosecutor, and the sheriff has already declared through their actions that this man is pretty much innocent. They also have declared that there was never any probable cause to arrest this man. So like I said, I'm of the opinion that he's innocent. But like I said, I can't wait till the outcome of this hearing. Because if the judge don't unseal the record, she gonna be in trouble. Because the fact that he has bail tells me everything. I don't care if you have any other suspects. It don't even matter because they just suspects. If you believe that these suspects warrant a violation of Richard Allen's right, why haven't you went on and arrested these suspects? Because you don't have a probable cause. I also believe at this point in the game, if the lawyers for Richard Allen do their job, the record will be unsealed. That's just my opinion. Good morning to all my subscribers, and y'all have a nice day.